Hi, my name is Mackenzie Pyatt. I'm here with Kevin Gillespie, who heads up a growing family of health and community development enterprises, including integrated services for behavioral health. We're going to talk about some of the changes we are all starting to notice related to healthcare reform. As it turns out, we are finding that better access to safe, affordable housing is a big help for people trying to take care of their own health and well-being. So Kevin, why don't you tell us how integrated services became involved with affordable housing?
Well, Mackenzie, I guess what I'd like to say first is it's like so many of the other things that we're talking. It's based on the idea that, we're a behavioral health company and we help people manage their health problems related to mental health and substance use. And it just became common sense knowledge in the work that we're doing that people who had easy access to safe, affordable housing did better than those who didn't. Kind of common sense. So some time ago, years ago, we got to the point where we were in a position as a company, as a nonprofit organization, that we wanted to invest in the people and the communities that we serve throughout central and southeastern Ohio. And the idea was to line up with folks who are working on homelessness as an issue. And so we found the Corporation for Supportive Housing, which is a national philanthropic and mission-driven foundation closely aligned with others like the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, which is a healthcare concern. But the Corporation for Supportive Housing works exclusively on issues related to affordable housing. And the way we got to know them was around something called permanent supportive housing, where you combine supportive services with affordable housing as a strategy to end homelessness. So we worked with them. They basically began to train me up along with other community partners, and we began the journey related to developing affordable housing and putting it in place in communities that we served.
That's great. So how does affordable housing relate to healthcare?
Again, common sense notion. If I'm gonna go out on a limb here and make a guess that you grew up in a house with running water and electricity and heat in the winter time. Well, think of if you didn't have that, if you didn't have a safe, secure, warm place to live in the wintertime, how might that affect your health? Probably not so great. Well, the same for the people that we serve. For people who are affected by generational poverty and either don't have a place to live, up to and including living in your car, the stereotypical view of homeless people, or under a bridge or whatnot. Well, there are plenty of people who lack financial resources, who live in very, very inadequate housing, or rely on neighbors and friends. It's called couch surfing, go from one place to another. Well, there is good, strong data that indicate that people who don't have safe, affordable housing, their health outcomes aren't very good at all. And that adding treatment services without housing is only helpful up to a point, whereas adding housing as a given dramatically improves health outcomes. So that's how it fits into the broad healthcare reform picture. If people have safe, affordable, secure housing, then their health outcomes are better. It really is that simple. I'm not saying each individual, though that is my own experience, that's true too, but as a population.
That makes a lot of sense. Can you explain the role of integrated community enterprises?
Well, as you may recall from other video in our series, we've gotten to the point in our development that we've created a separate nonprofit company. It's a limited liability company that runs on a nonprofit basis to do development of affordable housing, because development of housing is it's a profession. And I did it somewhat as an amateur for years with a lot of help from friends around the nation and throughout the state. And we had some modest successes, but now we're to the point where we're bringing it to scale in our region. And so we have a professional developer who works for us full-time as part of Integrated Community Enterprises.
So is this involved with another development other than housing?
Yes, so we are having early successes with development of affordable housing in the communities we serve, both urban and rural, mostly rural for us. But now we've added a second full-time community development specialist who works on things like food stability. So there's housing stability. Well, good source of fresh, local, healthy food is also an issue that is a problem in the communities that we serve, where the people we serve are largely impacted by generational poverty. So just like housing stability is an issue, so is food stability. And the woman who's heading up our community development effort under Integrated Community Enterprises is also, for instance, working on an early college concept for first-generation college students, whereby the last 2 years of high school and the first 2 years of college are combined into one integrated curriculum with special tailored design, with the target being kids who otherwise wouldn't think about going to college. So that's beyond the affordable housing, but also a part of Integrated Community Enterprises.
That seems like a really great idea. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, for coming to talk with us and sharing all of this information. If you'd like to learn more about Opening Doors, you can visit integratedservice.org. Thanks for watching.